My sister's boyfriend surprised her with a car for her birthday. The look on his face when he handed her the keys gave me shivers. My sister Megan cried when she saw it. Her friends recorded the whole thing for TikTok. My parents shook Andy's hand and called him part of the family. I stood on the porch and watched him watch her. The way his eyes tracked her reaction. The way he smiled when she hugged him. Not warm, but satisfied. Like he'd completed a task. Something was wrong. I just didn't know what yet. The first clue came a week later. Megan wanted to drive to her friend Keely's house. Andy said no. It's supposed to rain later. I don't want you on wet roads. She didn't go. The second time she wanted to pick up extra shifts at work. More hours meant more money for college. Andy said the car wasn't reliable enough for that much driving. I'll take you when you need to go. It's safer. She dropped the extra shifts. The third time she wanted to visit our grandmother 2 towns over. 45-minute drive. She'd done it 100 times in our mom's car. Andy offered to take her himself. I don't mind. I like your grandma. He drove. She sat in the passenger seat of her own car. I started paying attention after that. Megan never drove alone anymore. Andy picked her up, dropped her off, rode along for every errand. He tracked the mileage, checked the odometer, asked questions if the numbers didn't match his mental math. You said you were just going to the store. That's 6 miles round trip. Why does it say 11? She'd explain, apologize, promise to be more careful. For what? Driving her own car? One night I asked her about the registration. Just curious, I said. She laughed it off. It's in Andy's name, just for now. Insurance is cheaper that way. So the car is his? It's ours. He just handles the paperwork. But if you broke up, we're not breaking up. She said it too fast, too sharp. Conversation over. I couldn't stop thinking about it. A gift that isn't yours. Keys to a car you can't drive without permission. Freedom wrapped in a bow that someone else controls. That's not a present. That's a trap. I started digging. Ran the VIN online. Basic history check. One previous owner. Registered in Delaware 3 years ago. Name, Madison Crane. I found her on Facebook in 2 minutes. Her profile was mostly private, but a few old posts were public. I scrolled back to 3 years ago. Found what I was looking for. A photo of the white Civic. Same car. Red bow on the hood. Her standing next to it, crying happy tears. Caption, best boyfriend ever. I can't believe he did this. The boyfriend wasn't tagged, but I recognized the arm around her shoulder, the watch on his wrist, the way he stood just slightly behind her, hand on her back. Andy. I kept scrolling. The post got darker. 6 months later. Taking a break from social media. Need to focus on myself. 8 months later. Starting over. If anyone has a couch I can crash on, please DM me. Long story. Can't go home. 10 months later. Nothing. No more posts. Profile went dead. I screenshot everything. Then I found her email through a mutual friend's tagged photo. Sent her a message. Didn't expect a response. She replied in 3 hours. Is he doing it again? I told her about Megan. The car, the rules, the mileage checks. She told me everything. The car was always his. That was the point. He gave it to her so she'd feel guilty, so she'd feel owned, so she couldn't leave without losing her only way out. When she tried to break up with him, he repossessed the car at 2 a.m. She woke up to an empty driveway and a text. You don't get to keep things that aren't yours. She had no car, no savings. He'd isolated her from her family. She couch surfed for 3 months before she got back on her feet. The car is how he locks you in, she wrote. And the day you try to leave is the day you realize you were never free. I showed Megan that night. The screenshots, the messages, the Facebook posts, Madison's story. She didn't cry. She just stared at the keys on her nightstand. I knew, she whispered. I think I always knew. We told our parents the next morning. Dad took the keys and drove the car to Andy's house himself. Left it in the driveway with a note. She doesn't need your permission anymore. Andy showed up at our house that night. Stood on the lawn. Called Megan's phone 16 times. She watched from my window. Lights off. Hands shaking. He left when Dad stepped onto the porch with a shotgun.